Welcome everyone to episode number 211 of NoCoders Office Hours. Cameron, you were on originally for episode 110. So we've now done 100 episodes more since you first came on Office Hours.
Very exciting.
Yeah, so I'm here with our NoCoder Cameron and our member Jordan, and we're going to get started in just a moment. But if this is your first time tuning in, we do these office hours 6 times per week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific time, Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and Mondays we have a second session at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. If you would like to join us and come ask all of your bubble questions in office hours, as well as get access to our private Slack community, which our members are using quite a bit these days, and let's see what else, access to the vault, and discounts on one-on-one coaching sessions, then you can go and sign up at pronocoders.com. We'd love to see you. We'd love to meet you, see what you're building. Welcome. I saw Kelly just joined us.
Hi there.
Happy Friday.
Is it?
Yeah. All right, we're going to get started. Jordan, you want to kick off with your question?
Yes, please. So I was trying to work out how can I make like an if statement in here? So what I'm trying to do is add a contact, but depending on.
Do you want to share your screen?
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. I do it all the time. I just assume everyone can always see my screen.
Can you see it?
Yep.
Okay, so this is a back-end workflow, API workflow. And I want to change this contact field depending what is in the drop-down box in this automation. So I've got a option set which is contact type, and in that contact type you can select one of these options, and then if you select key contact, for example, then I want it to pick the key contact off the application and add it in. So is that possible to do an if statement at the back here?
So not on that particular actual workflow that you have, not that, but I would do, it depends. It sounds like you can either set a state for what the user is selecting and then add that as what contact will be. Or another way of doing that would, like step 2 would be just an individual contact, be like, and I guess you have like 8 or so of those. Is that right in that option set?
So this is pulling data from the application and the automation. So okay. The automation is going to select the contact type, but then I want to look up and see who that contact is attached to the application. Do you know what I mean? So they could all be different.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, doing an if statement on that particular variable, I don't think that will be possible.
I thought you could do it if, say, if you went is key contact and then go format as text and then put it in here. But I was trying that and it wouldn't work. You know, yeah. And then just keep dropping it down. So you do the first one and then put, if it's yes, then do a search for that contact. If it's no, then do the same, put the same statement in.
Yeah, formatted as text only results in either yes or no. Typically, I mean, you can obviously, like right here, what we're looking at is we're able to put the dynamic data. So for if it is yes, it'll display that, and if it's no, it won't display that.
Yeah, but can't I go like say application and then so if automation's contact type is key contact, format as text. So if yes, get the application's key contact. It won't pick up the contact. So I was thinking that maybe I could put the unique ID in, which it picks up. And then I could do another here and just keep another equation the same and just drop it down to the next one and keep doing that with that. But do you know what I mean? So I go. Oh.
Yeah, I know. I know what you mean. So the thing is that when you format it as contact, so if So if your original expression is yes, then you have the format. And if it's no, then you put another like format as text in there. But
And
it
keep dropping it down and just go through each one individually. But
I think maybe that could work. I kind of like Cameron's suggestion of doing a second step where you just update that field in a second step, and then maybe it can just be a dynamic state that helps to populate it correctly, like as to which contact.
oh yeah. So how would I do that? What do you?
So just put a step between. Is that was what you were recommending, right, Cameron?
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you just put an action between step 1 and step 2, so a new step 2, basically.
Well, this is the first step, so this would be.
Yeah. So we're taking the contact and we're going to be putting that as the second step. So we're just making a change to an activity.
Right.
Instead of
So
creating a new
in
activity.
step 2, you would make changes to the results of step 1.
Okay, so you just delete this box, right?
Uh-huh.
And then go insert. And then go make changes to a thing.
And results of step 1.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then do what?
Contact.
Mhm.
And then what we'd want to do here is just feed in the contact and use conditions on the page, like custom states on the page, to know which contact, like store it in a state and then fill it in from that custom state right there. And then you can dynamically control which contact goes into that state elsewhere. If that makes
But
sense.
this is an API, so can you use a state?
Oh, that's right. You're in the back end workflows. Okay, so then you would add the API workflow. You would add the you would send in the contact to the API workflow.
So here,
Yep.
contact. Contact. Okay.
And now you can just and actually you wouldn't need the second step then, because you could just do it in the original one if you're passing it in through a parameter.
So contact, and then I would have to go
On the page where things are getting kicked off, you would have to pass in the contact.
but the same thing, right? How would I? So the contact's going to be I'm going to have the
What
same.
is it depending on?
Huh?
What is the contact depending on?
Depending on what contact type is selected.
Okay.
In automation. So if I go automation contact type is.
So this API workflow is being kicked off from where?
This is being kicked off from a database trigger.
Okay, so then I would figure out which contact from the database trigger. That's where you're going to have access to the type, right?
Status change. Big changes. This is no database trigger. Scheduler API. This is it.
Okay.
Yep. So now you just have to figure out from here. You would be able to separate things out based on conditions, right? So you could schedule the same API workflow several different times, but with different conditions to be able to send in the correct contact.
Yeah, and that's basically what my suggestion was in the beginning when we were going to include multiple steps. Just have different conditionals depending on what information is passed, and then it'll accept into that. But Tanya, I think her approach is a little bit more refined.
So, okay, so I'll move this into here. So I would set up multiple triggers. Is that what you're saying? And then just put
Yep. So not multiple triggers, but multiple steps in your trigger. You would schedule that API workflow for schedule automations. You would schedule that. You would do the same step. You would have one for each of the conditions to send in a different contact.
Ah, yeah. Okay, so I would just copy. I would add in. I would need to add in contact over here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would pass the contact in here, and I would just copy and paste this like 6 times, and then just put only when
Exactly.
automations. Okay, yeah, I see. That's the best way to do it, you think?
Yep. I do.
Okay. It's just if you get 2 variables, you're going to have like, because I wanted to have like a second variable on it as well, like only do this if the source is da da da. So I would end up with like there could be like 6 on one and then like 6 on the other. So that would make like, I don't know what a 6 is for. That'd be the 36,
yeah, but this is
the 36 different variables, eh?
This is the thing is you're building out automations, and even like in automation software itself, they call them decision diamonds in Infusionsoft, and like looking at how many variables that they take into account for really advanced like email marketing automation, like it's just crazy sometimes. Like you like scroll out and you like look at all of that crazy stuff and it's like whoa. But yeah, that's the nature of getting really granular in how you want to control automations. So like something like adding a bunch of different trigger like actions to this trigger, it's usually I want to keep it very simple and I want to refine it and get it down to be simple, but there's only so much you can do because you have to pass in the conditions, right? So
I get sweet as I'll have a play around with that. Thanks.
Yep, sure. Hey, you have an Algolia thing. It's a good thing Cameron's here.
What up?
Yeah, I actually think I just figured it out.
That's awesome.
But I can share. Maybe it'll be helpful for someone else. So I'm using Algolia to search, or obviously that's what you use it for. And Cameron knows well that we had an issue with LinkedIn OAuth where it was duplicating users, or it was like creating a second account. So what I did was I basically like transferred all the data from the old user to this new user that LinkedIn has created. Then I renamed the old user deprecated, Colin deprecated, Felix deprecated, right? So that's in the full name field. And of course they were coming up during search. When I typed in Felix, it would come up with Felix and then Felix deprecated. So I was trying to figure out how to filter it, but I figured it out. So here's how I did it.
Yeah, it shows. It's cool.
Yeah. So this is in a repeating group here. Okay. Everything is hidden. Okay, here we go. So this is the search results, right? That you see right here. That's a reusable element. And so the data source for this is Algolia search for users. That's what I'm searching for. And I filtered simply by name full does not contain the word deprecated. That's it.
Yeah, that's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward.
I thought I'd have to do it in Algolia, but I don't.
Do you have the option to do keyword or doesn't contain keyword? I find that it actually works a little better when I use keyword.
Okay. So let's see. That would be a new constraint here.
No, you just click on doesn't contain. What options does it give us? Yeah, it doesn't contain keywords. I don't know why. It matches the actual word. So if that word is found or any variation of that word is found typically, I believe is the logic. It won't work. Now, what you had originally would suffice. That's not a problem. I use contain keywords just to be a little, would you say, on the safe side, just in the event something went awry and we didn't catch it.
Got it.
But both are going to do the job. And if you want to test that just to make sure that I'm not giving you bad information, but that's what I normally do.
Of course, I want to be sure.
Yeah.
How can you have the two different types of the name, like deprecated and non-deprecated?
So we did LinkedIn OAuth for people to log in, and this is an app that I've rebuilt for a client. So there were existing users already, which means then LinkedIn was not recognizing or saw that there was already someone with that email address. But then instead of connecting and just saying, oh, it's that person, it created a new person. So I had to like jimmy this whole thing together of like,
yeah. When you use the social login, it gets, Bubble doesn't like taking existing users and letting them use their email. They cite security concerns, I suppose. But it's weird because if you go to any other website and you sign up, you use your username and password, then it gives you an option to sign in with Facebook. Typically, it's like, it's able to look at the emails and, hey, this is the same person that lets you log in. Bubble says, hey, that email already exists. We're not going to let you log in. So it creates a new account without an email. So we had to figure a way to combine the two.
So I don't know if you saw what just happened, but I was on I'm running as myself. I searched for Colin. Colin's on our team and it comes up. So the thing is, I can't see the full name here and I just need to, but this is the deprecated one. If I click on it, it goes to his deprecated account.
Okay.
So that's not great.
Keyword might not be working then, in which case we want to switch it back to doesn't contain.
Yeah, let's try that. Yeah, it looks like in that case, it's only pulling up the deprecated one.
Hey, that's illegal.
Okay, Colin. I don't know. Oh, that didn't work, did it? Yeah, it's having problems if I haven't actually researched this yet, but it's, if I search once and then I try to search again, yeah, this is not working like I want.
Huh, okay.
And see, there's two of me. I don't know which one is what. I think this is the new one. What is that one? Kelly. So I've got Kelly Claus. That's my new one. That should be good. And it has the difference is it has a photo, a link to a photo, right?
Okay.
Whereas the old one, God, I hate that everything moves around, does not. So it is still pulling. I was wrong. It is still pulling. So
right,
this is the new one. That's the old one.
Gotcha. Let's go back to your search logic and let's see what we can do.
Okay. So I'll go and search for users.
Perfect. Yeah.
And it's just looking for a term. So the term is in a custom state.
Yep. Okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
How is the, go back to your depreciated or deprecated rather.
Yeah.
Go back to the actual search result page. How does that show up? Yeah. Or in your records. Is it capitalized?
It's in a parentheses. So it looks like that.
Okay. Let's take the full parentheses and everything. Let's take that entire little string. Yeah. Let's say that that's not what we're looking for. We want to get rid of that.
And does it need the quotes? I couldn't.
No, let's get rid of those quotes as well. I think those might be interfering with what we're trying to do as well.
Yep. Okay.
So it's going to be looking for that entire string. If that string doesn't, or rather if that string shows up, it should then not show up in the search.
Okay. So let's just go back to my profile.
Real quick, Kelly, is this your app?
I'm building it for a client.
Are you by any chance building it for Kelsey Bishop?
Yeah, I am. Oh, hey, I know your name. Hi.
Yes.
That's really funny. You're in here.
Yeah, no, she obviously came to air it. It looks great, by the way. Well, like, well done. Yeah, we were way too expensive to do this, so congratulations on winning it.
Great. Well, I think it's become too expensive. Now it's not pulling up at all.
Go ahead and click on that. What does that lead us to?
So this, let's see. So this is a user, user ID. How would I find that? User ID. Unique. No, what is it? What is it?
That would be the hash of the URL. That would be a unique ID. It looks like. It's not showing up.
Why is Why isn't it showing up? What am I doing this wrong?
I don't think so. But I am curious though. So we're like hopping back from keyword and not keyword. Let's go and see now if we change our search logic to include keyword, if that will
Okay.
change anything.
Right. Okay, so filtered. Let's see, doesn't contain keywords. Did I spell it right? Deprecated.
Yeah, yeah. It looks
I
right to
did,
me.
right?
Yeah,
Okay. It's usually something like that. Okay. Now, how did we get to this? We clicked on that thing.
Yeah, it was a
So-
weird search result.
Yeah. So let's just go back to mine and then we'll search for Colin and see what happens.
Can we inspect that that search
This
result
guy
right there?
right here?
Yeah, but inside Bubbles debugger.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. Okay, so, right. Debug mode. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so, oh God, I hate the debugger so much. Somebody help
Yeah,
me.
just click on run there and it should just be good.
It keeps not doing that though, is the thing. Okay, here we go. All right, so I'm searching. You want me to
Yes.
search?
Yeah, but now we want to turn on the step by step just to see if
Oh,
we
we
can
do want to
see.
turn on step by step. Okay,
Yeah, now we do. Yeah. Mhm.
Colin. Okay. You tell me when to click next.
Yeah, go ahead and click that. Okay, click
That's
again.
setting the state.
Oh, okay. Do it again. So creating a new search.
Mhm.
We're looking for. Okay, and next.
That's supposed to reset this, but it never does. So I don't.
Okay. Click run
and
all the
then
way
I'm
through.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're going to inspect the repeating group that shows up just to see where it's pulling this data from.
Got it.
So yeah,
So,
now we want to click the inspect in the bottom right hand corner and go to that repeating group.
okay. Oh, can't
Oh my goodness.
because it's in a repeating group or in a reusable.
Oh, and it hides.
That's just that. Yeah.
And if you click enter, does it pop up or no? Okay.
Mm-mm, nothing.
Okay, interesting. So what we're doing is we're searching, we have these parameters, we're searching for users that don't include this particular string. And then what ends up happening is we're getting empty results back.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we
weird.
might need to set another parameter here that says we need there to be information for the name. So
Okay. It's weird though, because there shouldn't be anyone without a name. I don't know what that was. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, no, that was really strange. We did search it and didn't see that.
So name full isn't empty. I guess.
Let's
I mean,
send
that's
it.
not the
Let's-
only field we're searching.
That is what showed up
Us.
though.
Is there a reason? Like, I just can't. Okay, well, it gets rid of that one, but
Okay, but now there's no
Why-
colon.
no, there's no Colin. And there's definitely I mean, I will say everyone's in there like deleting themselves when no, Colin exists.
Doesn't contain.
Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. I'm just trying to think here because we are specifying that it doesn't contain deprecated and also that the
Yeah.
name isn't empty. All right, humor me one more time. Instead of doing contain keywords, let's go back to what you originally had there.
Okay. And same thing.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Have I got deprecated written in the correct place?
Yeah,
Do
that
you know
shouldn't
what
be
I
a problem
mean?
whatsoever. Yeah, that should be totally
Okay.
fine. Because all Bubble's doing is looking for a string that has, or that is deprecated inside that record.
Okay. Colin. Does Colin have two L's? Am I just doing, I mean, it should be smart enough for that, right?
It looks like it's pulling up the
Colin
other
has
column.
one. Yeah, you're right. I mean, is there any way that I can stop those from being in? No, that doesn't make sense. I mean, from being indexed in Algolia?
Have we ensured that Colin is indexed? And I imagine he is. Yeah, absolutely. But
You know, actually, that's a really good point because I think I have to re-index it every now and then, don't I? How does it?
the native,
when do-
like Bubble's native Agolia search should auto index everything. It like that's what they say. Like it's pretty intelligent. It should. But yeah, I mean, if you want to humor me and just re-index it, and let's see if we're able to actually find that information now.
So
Is it
this
something to
is
do with the
my
brackets as well, guys?
which brackets?
If you just
In-
put the word deprecated instead of brackets, does that?
Yeah, let's try it. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
You know, what could be happening is I just, you know what I bet might be happening here. I pushed my live database to my dev a little bit ago. And I don't know if it re-indexed. So it may be searching old business here. What happens if let me deploy it, search. And we'll see what happens on the live. Where's my live? No, I don't know if it's gonna let, yeah, okay, Colin. Okay, here we go. So
Okay.
we got Colin and we don't have the fake one, I think, but let's,
It looks like we
yeah,
have two.
okay.
We have two columns.
Yeah, he
there?
made a fake one. That's
Okay,
a fake.
okay,
He
cool.
ma- yeah. So that's okay. Okay, so this appears to be working. It's not pulling fake Colin, deprecated
So,
Colin.
yeah, it looks like it was a matter of just the index, I guess, us having to re-index it.
Yeah.
But with that logic, yeah, you should be good to go now. Sweet.
I'm still going to claim
Amazing.
it as the brackets.
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah, a little
you're
bit of
allowed
everything.
to. Yeah, cool.
Sweet. rock on.
Okay. Thanks.
Well, awesome.
That
Yeah,
was
we did it.
awesome.
Kelly, you're so close to
Yay.
getting this app done. I'm so excited.
Oh my
for
God, you guys have no idea.
I'm so excited for you, truly. Awesome.
Thank you.
What do you use for the spider radar thing? That's one of the-
It's a hard coded thing. She has a developer working with us and I can show you the,
Oh, so
That
she
works.
already had that built. That was one of the hardest things that we couldn't get our head around. Was
no, it wasn't already built. No, no. And I was like, we could use a plugin, but I cannot do that myself. Let's see.
I think Apex
HT.
Maps has that, or Apex Charts has
Yeah.
radar.
Yeah, we looked at that. I'm not sure why we didn't use it, but it's basically, where is it? Okay. Yeah.
Hasn't been working with her. She was like, when I spoke to her, she was very, very like headstrong and clear in what she wanted.
She's fantastic. She's the best client I've ever had in my life. And I've been a freelancer for many years.
Nice.
I am jealous.
Yeah.
Very
No,
cool.
I mean, this has been a dream project. It pays well. It's been a tight deadline, like way too short. So I'm sick and very, very tired, but aside from that, anyway, so there's a JavaScript thing that's happening in the workflow. And then there's just a whole bunch of CSS stuff. He pulled it from someplace, like he found this graph, high charts, I guess, I think is where he found it. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, it's not the most beautiful. It's not what it was supposed to look like. Like
No,
it
I
was
remember
supposed
seeing
to.
I remember seeing the Figma ones that she'd done, but it's pretty close to what she was looking for, and like
Yeah, well,
that was-
and these are just floating groups, not floating groups. They're groups that are aligned to parent and then margins and stuff. Because the graph itself is just a circle and a little blob, you know. So these then are clickable and whatever. So
Very cool.
I don't know.
Are you automatically creating profiles for other people who haven't signed up where they're giving a reference?
Big mistake. And that is why we've had such problems with so many things. But yes.
Okay. I
Yeah,
remember
it was a big decision in the beginning. And I talked to several people about data structure and like if that would be a problem. And they were like, I don't know how it would be a problem, but it is a little weird. And it just felt so complicated to like create a profile in addition to the user and then like connect the profiles. And in hindsight, like that was absolutely what I did was the wrong thing, but now it all works. It's fine. It just has been kind of a nightmare. So yeah.
Well, look, hey, I'm glad you
Awesome.
got it. We were very confused.
Yeah.
We tried to look at it.
Yeah.
Very
It's
awesome.
been a fun one. I was telling Cameron yesterday, because Cameron and Tanya have like truly gotten me over the finish line, which is not quite there yet. But I feel like I've earned a master's degree in the past 5 weeks. Like this has just been a onslaught, man. But
That was
I
really
know a lot.
when I spoke to her, I feel like it's probably good working with her because she's very clear on what she wants and how she wants it.
Super
And
clear.
It's
Yeah.
not, there's no kind of ambiguity about it, which you get with a lot of clients. So it
Yeah.
was great.
Yeah.
Well, rock on.
Yeah,
That is very, very
And
cool.
she's got a great team. She had designs, and they're super responsive. She answers questions right away. I mean, it's just like, I'm kind of like, I don't want it to end. I don't want to go to another client, but anyway.
Has she got any
Okay.
follow-on work for continuing development? Or?
Is she looking for someone ongoing? Is that what you asked?
No, I was going to say, is there any ongoing development that you can do with her and sort of become part of the team to keep building out new features?
I think so. I don't know. I mean, she knows that I'm not available beyond the next couple weeks, but she has talked about I'm not immediately available, right? But she has talked about the potential for other, feature builds and stuff like that. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Oh,
She must. I mean, because there's lots more to build. This is still the most basic version of it.
Yeah, try to secure a retainer contract if possible. It seems like an awesome client for sure.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
But yeah,
Anyhow.
really cool, really awesome.
Yeah.
We're
Thanks,
gonna hop
guys.
over for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
absolutely. We're gonna hop over to Ben. I know Ben was here. Ben, you did say that you were fine with being passed, but I just want to see what's up if we can help you
Yeah,
out.
I'm just hanging out.
You're just chilling. Okay, cool. Not a problem. We're gonna move on to Andrew then. Andrew.
All right. I guess I better unmute myself.
Hello.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Andrew.
Awesome. Hey, how you guys doing? Long
Doing
time
well.
no speak.
What are we doing
I
for
have-
you?
I have a bit of a hypothetical here. I was talking to Tanya about this earlier, but so I've got this project where we have different delivery zones, and basically classifying based on their areas, which end up tying to, at the end of the day of the week that they will receive their delivery. So I've set up a data type called delivery zones, and then it has a subtype that has all the different areas. Basically, what I'm trying to get to is giving them the ability in a repeating group to select the first delivery date or the first date that they want their first delivery. So if the zone is a Tuesday delivery, which I guess technically is the number 2 in terms of the way that Bubble would classify it as the day of the week. So if their delivery area falls in a Tuesday delivery, I want them in the repeating group to be able to select whether it's this Tuesday, next Tuesday, or the Tuesday after that they want to start receiving their orders, basically. But I just cannot wrap my head around how I need to set up the repeating group in order to call the right like data type, or I guess not even call the right data type, but show it based on, you know, the day of the week being number 2 as a Tuesday, and kind of the intervals which every group or cell beyond that is another week out, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so each cell is supposed to base it. So we start with the Tuesday, and then each cell after that is a week, is 7 days from the first cell.
From the first Tuesday, yes, correct.
Okay.
And then we basically need to set that up so it also then gets tied to the order, because I'm using that further on to determine, you know, when their recurring subscription starts after that date, after that first delivery date.
Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty good question, not gonna lie. First off, it sounds like what we're gonna end up wanting to do is to have a record that we store the dates. So it would be we'd probably just do this with a recursive workflow where upon resetting, we do it for however many times. And then it's scheduled. Well, the schedule doesn't matter, but the iteration, it increases by a week each time.
Okay.
And so it sounds like it's going to have to be like hard coded. You know, have these records there that populate for this repeating group.
Are you sure? Hi, I'm back.
Yeah, well, welcome back.
What a way to come back, Tonya.
Yeah, with my brain and the way that I'm seeing it is that we'd have a record set up for this particular user, and we'd be like day of delivery or something like that, and we'd just start a workflow that when they load up this repeating group, it cycles through those days. That's where my brain's at. Tanya, do you have something else?
Yeah, I was thinking we would do a repeating group based on a list of numbers, and then calculate the dates, the first date from, calculate the first date and then every week after. I've never done it before, but I'm willing to give it a shot. You want to try?
Sure.
Okay, let's see. I'll share my screen and we can go into prototype mode. Y'all, I was so excited last night. I managed to nail a sorting thing without creating a whole bunch of conditionals on the repeating group. That's how bubble nerdy I am. Okay, let's
Great
see.
feeling.
Repeating group. I have no idea what that is. Type of content. Let's see here.
This is about as far as I got.
Yeah, this is right here.
I got the repeating group on the page.
All right. Let's see. I'm thinking. Let's try dates. Why not? Oh, we're just playing here. In the data source, we could probably make that. Nope, not that. Here. Let's do here. And how are we going to populate that? So there's going to be something on the page that says what the users, like where they live, right?
Yes. So basically, prior to this, they put in like their address. It says if they're in this city, then they're tied to this shipping zone, which is, you know, the date or the day of the week equals 2.
Okay. So zone is probably going to be an option set, right? But we'll just refer to it.
I don't have it as an option set right now, just because I've got to
Or
tie it
database?
to all the different cities and stuff, which I have to set up because we don't deliver everywhere, obviously. And there are Monday deliveries and Tuesday deliveries, so I have to run this conditionally.
Okay. And then populating the date. So has anybody else ever worked with a list of numbers before?
I've definitely worked with lists for sure. List of numbers.
Numbers.
I did something a while ago where I was able to make a repeating group display horizontally instead of vertically using a list of numbers.
Yeah, let's see if I can use it for this. So
I'm using a list of numbers for a few things.
and then back here, we'll make this the okay. So this should give us 5 things to work with. And then let's do a group. This a date. So we can calculate the first date in a state. I'm sure you can do that. Like the very first date that's available. Data source. And cells index is 1. The data source will be that first. We can even change this repeating group, the custom state to just one date. First date. And so then for this group, when the current cell's index is 1, the date can be the date repeating groups first date. And when it's 2, we can make the data source be this one plus a week. Does that make sense?
I think so.
And then you can put a button here that just sends the date of the group into wherever you want, right?
Right. I think that makes sense. Can you throw a block of text in there so we can just see what the output
Sure.
looks like? And then-
Yep, for sure. So we'll do 7 days here. And then let's just do it. It'll be fun. We'll just and I'm sure Ela has he has virtual data types. Did you end up watching that one, Kelly?
No.
His virtual data types, he has a whole plugin and everything. It's pretty awesome.
What?
Yeah,
He's so cool.
he is very cool. All right, so data source, copy and paste. Mm, 28. Then some text. Group state formatted. And then We just need on page load. Wake up bubble. So 2128215.
That seems pretty accurate to me.
Yep.
I love the use of the states. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Definitely, definitely.
That's awesome. Cool. I think I can figure out kind of the rest from there. Can you just go back for 2 seconds? Where did you put in this list of number part?
Yeah. So the list of numbers starts with the plugin called Toolbox.
Oh, okay.
And then it's an element on the page, list of numbers. You just put the element on the page. And so what I did was I did start number is 1, the length of the list is 5, and the increment is 1.
Okay.
And then for the repeating group, you make it the type of content number and you pull the data source in from that list of numbers. So that's how it knows to give us the 1, 2, 3, 4,
Right.
5. Yeah. And then you just have to feed in one date, which you can do if you know their zone. You can calculate the first date, put it in a state is how I did it, and then use that state in these conditions here.
That makes good sense to me. Awesome. Yeah, I just missed the first part there as to where you got the list of numbers, but that makes good sense.
Yep. So
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm sure I'll be back to ask you another question in the near future.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
No worries. Let's see, we're circling.
Not bad. Yeah, the approach that I was going to take would have been very similar, but not on the front end. It would have all happened on the back end where we would have calculated the dates.
Got it.
Which definitely is a little slower.
Yeah. I haven't used list of numbers very often, but when you're trying to when you're trying not to create things in the database and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Tanya, I have another question if no one else does, but if they do, skip me for sure.
Looks like we were going to Callum, and then we can circle back to you. Is Callum with us anymore?
I think he had to drop off for a call probably.
Okay. Well, in which case?
So hopefully this is very simple. It's another Algolia question. It's about searching by multiple parameters. So I have let me get out of this. So I've got this form, right? And I want the user to fill out this form and then click next, and it will search Algolia for any of these terms, right? And then it will display the results here. So what I've set up is all of these go into a custom state, each a separate custom state when you click next, which maybe they should go all in one. Maybe that doesn't make sense. And then this will be Algolia search for users, but I don't know what the query is.
Because we're only limited to one, right?
Yeah, it would be I don't know.
Query, you can search on all fields or a single one that's searchable.
So that's what I've been doing.
What happens if we leave the query blank? It probably won't search, will it?
I would guess it wouldn't. I don't even quite know how to test this right now. Let's see. Okay, so if let's see, this is in my rate of type. This is so buried in the app, how I get to this. Go away. Okay, so basically how I get to it is I search for someone, they don't come up, and I say, I want to write a take. This, I'm dying. I have to figure this out. And then I search for someone. So Jeremy and Jeremy. Oh, what just happened? Jeremy. Okay. And let's say I don't have the LinkedIn. So it's just basically pulling every
It's
single
showing
thing.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess it is searching for everything, any fields.
I mean, I suppose, yeah. Yeah. So I think what I did on the other one, and I don't even remember now, is are you, I just put in the 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 custom state that I was looking at. So it could be that, maybe, or no, I can't add to that, can I?
No. Oh, goodness. Yeah. Okay. So we're trying to search for multiple. And this will just pull up the email at this point
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. What I had done is a repeating group that like had or like matches any of these, and it worked fine, but it was, it's just slower.
Okay. I wonder how the Algolia search works if we're able to combine all of the information into one record, if it parses through that one record or that query, I guess. So if we were to like combine
Yeah,
all of
it's
that information to be a custom state and search for that. If it'll
Yeah.
parse through that, or if it just looks for any record that matches all of that entirely.
Right. This is filtering. Sorry. I'm in the,
Because that's where my
Searchable
brain is at with that.
yeah. Interesting. Okay. So you're saying like basically what I would do is what I would put each of these in the same custom state as just like well, it can't be a list of texts. Would it be a list of texts?
Yeah, a list of texts. Everything is text-based here.
Okay. All right. So, well, let's see. I would need another custom state. So we'll say search terms. We'll call it text list. And then
I wonder. Yeah.
on the workflow, let's say, what did I say? Search terms. And it would just be input emails value. Oh, I would need to, what?
You're doing it. And I don't think you can, but I'm wondering. Curious.
No.
Or plus.
Would it be
plus list?
No.
Oh, there's no. Oh, goodness. Oh, geez.
Append. It's append, isn't it?
That sounds right. Let's hope it is.
I think I've used that before for something. Append. And then the last one was that one, I think.
Is this just not a
Huh.
list of text? That might be why.
Maybe convert to, no.
Make static. Well, no, it'd have to be a list to begin with. And that's probably, I think, the error that we're going to be getting. What's it say that one issue in the top right hand corner? Is it expecting a list and we're not passing it a list?
I should be a list of text, but right
Yeah.
now it is a text. But I should be able to convert to list, right? And I can't. Do I need to set list or something before this?
No.
No, right?
So let's go ahead and remove the list. Not the data that we have in there, but the fact that it's searching for a list.
Mhm. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now it's fine.
So this is how we'll determine if it's able to search for everything in that value or if it's just looking for just that
Right.
value.
Okay, so then we've got, this will be search terms. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay. Right to take. Okay, so now let's see. Jeremy ends. Jeremy. No, so it, and I actually think he is, I think this is my boyfriend, Jeremy. Oh, he's not in there. Oh, okay. So I should have done someone that, so that works the way it should, but let's find someone who, what am I doing? Okay,
So when I find someone that
need to
does
get-
exist, or
Yeah, that's what I want. Kelsey. I'm just gonna say Kelsey, let's say grammar. And
haha,
then see Kelsey at candor.com. I know that's not correct. No, so it's not searching Algolia, I don't think, or it's too much.
yeah, that's probably not the way that we want to do it. So we're just trying. Okay, so it's not working in one custom state. Let me pull open what I had and see if I can find that.
I mean, it's not the end of the world if we just use what we've been using. I don't think it's caused any problems, but
One second here. Just going through the settings of Algolia search here.
mm,
Fields, because you can do that with the plugin, as silly as that is.
that's funny.
I know who doesn't love that.
Mhm.
Like link them together. Can you go back to the actual search function? So when we do search,
Yes.
now I wonder, because in the plugin, right, we're able to specify the fields that we're looking for, and we're able to do that by taking the field type that's in Algolia. So if like it was name, it was written name, we'd be able to write name, then comma, and then if like the second data was like last name, we'd be able to do last name and so on. This would just be a static, like a non-dynamic text, but Algolia would see it and it'd
Okay.
say, hey, we're going to return this information. So if we remove the query here, because all of this information is being indexed, and we then look at Algolia and we look at what those records are set up as, I'm
Mhm.
wondering if that'll help differentiate between, well, all this information. So it looks like first underscore name underscore text, or in this case, full underscore name underscore text. We can separate it that way, but I'm wondering if we put that there in the
Mhm.
query, if that will be the solution. And that's the solution in the plugin. So I'm wondering if that's the solution native bubble.
So I'm just doing this and then,
Yeah, and then comma.
Uh-huh.
And then whatever other query we're searching for,
okay.
whatever their term.
yeah. Text. First name text. I don't see email. Oh, that's because. Am I just missing it? There's no email in here, is there?
I'm not seeing an email.
That's very strange. Because we definitely do want to
Yeah,
search
absolutely.
to email.
Would that be something, because you have to specify that you want to have that indexed.
Well, I don't know, because when I indexed it,
All
it
types.
just indexes it. Yeah, I mean, it's just everything.
custom
I just
index.
indexed user, pretty sure. Yeah. User. And it doesn't like give me options of what fields I'm indexing, which is weird because like I've got a million fields on my users, you know?
Yeah. Can you? Oh, okay. Wonder if we're able. Can you edit the record in the bottom right-hand corner to see if certain fields maybe just aren't visible? No, that's what's being returned. That's what's being stored. Okay.
Yeah. Very strange.
I wonder if that's like a protected record or something.
Did you see that when I close it, there's a bunch of stuff that sort of appears and then disappears. Watch.
I do see that. It looked like I had zip code and everything in there too.
It's too fast for me. I couldn't see it.
Results based on the object ID. And so we're searching for the records that we want to be searching for. That's Algulia. Why? You're so awesome when you work.
Right.
Algolia search for users. Okay. I don't know why the email's not showing up right now, but I do want to test what we have at least with those custom fields and see if that results with anything.
So you're saying I can just keep these in here and it may point to, but what is it pulling from?
Well, in theory, it's pulling from your Algolia actual database, that the indexes that you have. It's looking for all the records or all the columns of full name text, last name text, and first name text, because that's how the record's stored in Algolia. So we're saying we're going to be searching for that information. I don't think this is correct. Yeah, because now that I'm thinking about it, we want it to be the search term that we're searching.
Yeah.
And it should be able to intelligently do that. We wanted to return these fields.
Right.
So we do have it returning any field based on.
We do have it returning any field because you can only do one or all.
Yeah. The query is just one string.
Yeah. I mean, You know, what if, hey, I got a thought here.
I like that. Okay.
Let's see. All right, rolling up my sleeves. So this is going to be, the, are you first name? Okay. And then what if how do you do two things in a row? The same thing. It would be append, or do you see what I mean? So I'm doing.
Go search for users. Are you going to be searching for two data sources in this case?
I'm basically combining in one repeating group multiple separate searches, right? So it would be, I'm combining the Algolia
Tanya,
search.
is that possible?
I'm going to say probably not, but I'm really excited about the idea. Search, sorted, right? Merged with, that's what it is. Algolia search for, and then input last name, value. Merged with, I don't know, we just might break it.
It seems promising, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Email value, field to query, any field. Actually, that's interesting. It's not even giving me the email address here. Like,
do you have privacy rules set up on the user's email? That'd be
maybe
preventing
I
it.
do. Probably.
Because then you're gonna have to re-index it after you change the privacy. No, the privacy looks like
No,
there.
that's fine. That's okay. You know what I'll do though, is for this one, I will say just first name, right? So it's not running this big nasty search on everything, last name, and then the email, any field. Okay, let's just see what happens. So the only thing though is this gonna charge them triple? You know, is it
For
running
every
3
query?
searches? Yeah. So who
I
did we
guess it
say we were
is.
gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would guess it is. Let's do candor.com. Well, that doesn't bode well.
And you click next, and it's just not popping up.
Yeah. Like it sets the state. Did I screw up the workflow? Set the state, add a little pause. And then it should display the select a user, which is the repeating group. And if that's, if that list is more than 0, did that wrong. And this would be, there's an alternative view. So it could be that, I don't know that just one person showed up from there, that. Okay. Oh, we're looking for right to take Kelsey at candor.com. Okay. Yeah. Hey, look, that worked.
Goodness gracious.
Goodness gracious.
Dude, that was
Look at us.
almost entirely all you with that big brain. Hell yeah.
Cool.
I love
Right,
that.
well,
Yeah. So now I know that we can do multiple do searches with the merge function. That's really cool.
yeah, cool. I mean, I hate that it's probably going to charge him 3 times, but I feel like it's such a buried thing. Probably most people aren't going to get to it. It's not like the regular search bar. Okay, final question, I promise. They're not supposed to be able to search until they fill out a portion of their profile. So just curious, what I have done is I've put a group on top of this group that is visible, like it's transparent. You can't see it, but I'll show you kind of what is happening here and just see if you think that this is a terrible idea. Okay, so I have a field called profile is complete. That's sort of set up somewhere.
Mhm.
Changes once they've done certain things. And if was it that one? It's that one. If their profile is incomplete, first of all, this is visible. But second, if they click on this, it should. Oh, I think I might have taken it off. Yeah, it should, like when you click on that invisible group, it shows you a pop-up that says you can't do that yet. You have to do this other thing first. Is that the way you would do that? Or yeah?
Well, with the pop-up group being a conditional, I mean, yeah, the way that it's set up, it sounds like just sounds like it's sound.
Yeah.
I honestly would probably just hide it entirely. I'd say it's not visible until this person is signed in. I'd take away the search bar just entirely. But it depends on what your client
to
wants.
entice them.
Yeah.
They want, yeah.
If
So
that's
that
what your
was the
client
idea.
wants,
Yeah.
they more than likely can remove the element. Like if they were feeling like they really wanted to break the site, they could use the inspector tool and delete that div over the search box. There should be an option for your search that says that, or actually click on the search box in your designer. Let's see, thought there was an option that said that you couldn't submit it.
There is, but there's no like, where is it? There's no like when you click on on a, it's not a search field. It's an input field. So let's see, search box. Is that what it is? This is.
Well, I mean, you could prevent them from doing anything in the search box with a condition, right? Because you could disable the input on the same condition.
Right, that's not a problem, but I do want a pop-up to show up that says you can't do that. And that's the thing I can't figure out a workflow for.
So do you
can't
want,
say, like, when,
I mean, there's, let's just go to the conditions for that search box. Just go into the conditions. And then just define another condition, and I want to see something. So this input is hovered. And then select a property to change when true. Scroll down, there's no tooltips or anything? Is there a tooltip?
you could do background style.
Just try to see if the tooltip is available there, is what I was trying.
Sorry. Okay. No.
Nope, it's not. So we could use that input is hovered to show a group. So you could, in the workflow, you could do when probably this in that particular input is hovered to show to show the group, but also I would do on the same condition, I would disable it so that like they can't type in it at all.
Okay, so so I wouldn't actually use this, right?
No, you wouldn't use the condition on
user's profile complete is no.
Yep. And then this input is disabled.
Disabled. Okay, great. And then I would, in the workflow, say do when condition is true. And this would be when, oh wait.
So you'd have to
So
define the condition in the workflow.
Oh, right on. Okay. So it would be when current user's profile is complete is no, and input search is hovered. Oh, is hovered. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Show not allowed to search. Okay. I can't remember if I have that group.
Yeah, so that should work.
No, I don't. So I think my profile is set to complete. No, it should say no. So profile is complete is no. I'm not sure I'm running as me. Am I? Yeah, I am, because I wouldn't see this otherwise. Yeah, I mean, it won't let me.
Where's the group on the design page?
Oh, right. Okay. I think actually not allowed to search is, no, that's not what I meant. Not allowed to search is visible right now. So I need to get rid of that for a second. Yeah. Okay. Let's try this, because that was on top of the input. So I don't think that it was reading the hover. No.
Nope.
No, not working.
Go back
Okay,
to
so
the.
it's disabled though, so that's good.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Did I do the workflow right? Do when? Where is it?
User profiles.
Oh, do when current profile is users complete. It's not letting me click on it.
It's just a modal that pops up, right?
Yeah, it's just a modal.
Okay. Can you go back to the design? Go to that particular element.
Yeah. Sorry.
The other thing you have to consider is when they click on it. Like if this is ever viewed in mobile, I don't know if it's ever mobile, but
Yeah,
Is it-
it is. And I have a separate search thing for that just because of the design. So I think I would leave that because you're not going to do inspect on a phone, right?
Mhm.
And disable. So I think I would leave it the way I've had it.
So let's see.
Yeah.
We have it for this input search. I'm sorry, go to the pop-up. Can we search for the
Oh, sure.
the element?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. On the page, right?
Yeah.
Are you? Where is it? Oh, I think it's in my other elements. Not allowed to search. There we go.
Okay. Can you reveal it in the element tree?
Yes. It's down here. It's like down in the bottom.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, this is just chilling.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's no conditional set or anything else like that. So it really is just there.
Yeah. Maybe, instead of the hover, it's clicked. Like, can I change this to, and input search
Well,
is,
It's gonna only show up for like a tiny second while the click is registered. That's the only issue.
oh, I see. Okay.
and you can't really do a click workflow on an input.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm fine to use
So-
the way we have. I just thought maybe there was another way.
So yeah, we'll continue with Hubbard.
You could do it. So when they, you could do it when you could go ahead and let them type and then use the change of the input
Oh.
to trigger it.
That's interesting.
And you could even, I don't know if you're tracking this at all, but it's a search, right? So a lot of times we'll build in the functionality where we log what the searches are that people
Yeah.
are running in order to do analysis on that later.
Yeah,
So-
I do have that. I've got a
Yeah.
data type for searches.
Yeah,
All right.
so-
Well,
So you could do it so that like it runs the search if the user is profile is complete, and then if it's not complete and they try to run the search, then you log the search, but you show them that pop up.
yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That makes more sense, I think. Okay, awesome. That's awesome. Okay, cool. Thanks, y'all, as always.
No problem. We're going to go ahead and wrap up office hours and move into after hours. If you would like to join us and ask your bubble questions, please go sign up at pronocoders.com. We would love to meet you, see what you're building, and help you answer any questions. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back on Monday.